Okay, I'm almost an hour late. It's very unlike me. I'm normally a very punctual person, but I kind of blame it on the weather. It's actually, I don't know if you can see this, but it's pouring rain. I mean, I was having such a nice sleep, and I woke up late, which is very unusual for me. If I have something to do, normally I have to push myself to go back to sleep. So looks like I'm stuck here for the moment. I'm hoping that it will. I'm hoping the rain will let up. I can start walking the streets. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. There's a girl, maybe, I don't know, 20 years old, walking the streets, 5 o'clock in the morning, one of the back alleys. I haven't had a coffee. I prepared stuff to come out with me, but because I slept in, I brought my whole bag. That thing's got to be like 15 or 20 kilograms worth of stuff. I haven't had a coffee. I'm going to have an orange juice to get me going here. And I'm hoping that the rain lets up. Although, as we all know, it's unlikely any homeless people are going to be sleeping on the street when it's raining. You just don't do that. I got some legs for the camera here. There comes that girl, I think again, the same girl? Or is that a different girl? No, that's a different girl. I couldn't tell until she looked at me. I'm trying to put the legs on the camera so that I can set it down and open my orange juice. And again, I have to apologize to the thousands of you who are out there who are waiting for me. I did say weather permitting, and I have to admit, I was sleeping away. I didn't know that it was raining until I got out here. Okay, I'm going to set the camera down for a second so that I can open my orange juice. So I didn't just open it, I drank the whole damn thing. And like I said, I'm hoping that the rain's gonna let up and we can walk some streets. Picking up my bag, put this thing on my back, the backpack. So there's a typhoon coming through, but it's like south of here. But as typhoons do, it's affecting the weather here. So, as I mentioned yesterday, when I replied to the challenge, I generally walk an hour, hour and a half early in the morning every day. You might ask me, why do I do that? Why do I do that so early? Here's a couple of girls. They got umbrellas, which I don't have. 5 o'clock in the morning, walking the streets. Because there's so many. Actually, I don't want to use a lot of sarcasm, but you know, you got people like Sideburns ZA and Gordon Chang out there. Gordon Chang says that there's Chinese people moving to the U.S. that are drinking blood. I can't remember the exact thing he said, but I know Sideburns ZA often says stuff like there's a lot of serial killers, or there's a lot of stabbings, a lot of anything bad, he says, going on in China. Sorry, I haven't seen it. It's still raining a bit too much to hit the road here. I'm hoping it lets up. There is some wind here, which I can deal with the wind. It's not a big deal. Actually, it's very comfortable for walking. But I don't have an umbrella. And I'm using electronics, so it's not. This is a street cleaner. Yeah, like I say, I didn't mention yesterday, weather permitting. This is not exactly weather permitting. Actually, I think there are actually a couple of people in here with me. I appreciate that. I wouldn't walk in that weather unless I absolutely had to. Oh, you know what? I can see comments as they pop up on the screen here. I appreciate that a couple of you are out there. And yeah, it's rainy right now. It's because of a typhoon that's south of here. And I'm hoping that, you know, the way typhoons work, there's kind of rings. So maybe right now it's kind of rainy. I don't even know if you can see the rain. I'm in a dry spot right now, but I'm hoping to hit the road. Seems to be slowing down. So I'm gonna start walking. I'm hoping nothing gets too wet. It's just a light rain right now. I'm on a back alley. Severe back alley. Not a lot of light here, but the phone's pretty good for picking this stuff up. And what I can tell you is that, yeah, I think, like I said, I like to go for an hour, hour and a half walk every morning before the sun comes up. Some people might say, oh, why do you do that? Well, during the day in the summer here, it's more than hot. Yeah, I think the rain has actually stopped. Some garbage there, some eggs. So we're walking back alleys, and like I mentioned that, you know, if there are homeless around, they're probably taking shelter, so you're not going to see them on the street, but let's take a walk anyway. I'll tell you about a couple of things that we might see. It's pretty likely, well, maybe not now, I'm getting out here late, but if I did get out here at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna definitely see some people still drinking. Excuse me, even though those people left their gate open. Don't they know about all the, okay, sarcasm, stop it. Excuse me. Normally when I go out walking this time of day, we got some heavy wind here. It's so nice. So nice for being out here. The last few days, even getting out here early, it's been so damn hot. Typhoon is kind of welcome. So we're on some real back alleys here. Let's take a turn. I'm hoping that I can get out there and I can show you that people do party all night, every night. I don't know how they do that, but like 5 o'clock in the morning, definitely 4 o'clock in the morning, there'll be tables of people still drinking. Normally pretty young people. So I really can't see if there's people watching this video, but to be honest with you, I don't really care that much. I'm just gonna walk and make a video anyway. I won't be able to respond to your comments if you make comments because I'm walking here. Is that how you say it? The rain has actually stopped, which is so nice. It looks like we got a street cleaner on his or her way to work. It looks like him. They get started early. You know what? I think I should do a video someday about the some of the uniforms people wear. I mean, it gets to like, I think yesterday was 106, 107 degrees Fahrenheit, probably 33, 34 Celsius in the afternoon. And you got those street cleaners and police and security wearing these uniforms that are definitely hot. They have to be hot. So we're walking some back streets right now, and I know in my challenge accepted video, let's go here. That guy's got his actual door open. That's not good for mosquitoes. I can hear life ahead, but popped over to the sidewalk. Actually, I don't know why, because obviously there's not going to be any homeless people sleeping on the road or on the sidewalk when it's raining. But I was saying that in my reply video that I accepted the challenge, I said I'm not going to add any spoilers or make any predictions. But I'll tell you this, now that if you are here, I can't really tell. if you're in here, in the last 3 days, I mean, yesterday I actually walked 2 hours, but generally an hour to an hour and a half, I walk this time of day. In the last 3 days, I did see one homeless person. Spoiler, sorry. And I was kind of hoping to maybe walk by that area. Oh, I heard a noise. Okay, this is something that goes on. I don't know if you can see her. I think it's a her. Oh, it's an actual cleaning person. But people go through the garbage through the night, in the mornings. Sometimes you see big piles of garbage. Here's a police station. See if anybody's still alive down the street. See if anybody's still partying. So this is it's not as much of a back street, but still it's not a main street. So again, I apologize big time to if anyone was here at 4 o'clock in the morning. I slept in, but I think it's because of the rain. I don't normally sleep in, but I think the weather can affect us even if we're inside. This guy's China Post, which that guy's got to be kind of lonely. I haven't gotten any mail in several years. Don't get mail anymore. Everything's done through WeChat. I mean, that's one thing I keep hearing Sideburns DA talk about. Oh, they're, you know, if someone's getting pickpocketed, nobody's gonna help them or do anything about it. Nobody gets pickpocketed. It doesn't happen. There's a couple people still drinking. Just to prove to you that it does happen. I don't want to slip on the tiles here. They got how many beer bottles on the table there? One guy's sleeping on the table. Straight down. Yeah. So yeah, if it wasn't raining, there'd probably be people with tables out on the street here. Oh, that one guy sleeping there, yeah, he might be homeless, right? He's definitely not at home. Damn, I'm so late. I really apologize for being late. Okay, we got some more people up here. I can hear the beer bottles bouncing off the ground. I don't see any. Well, like I said, I shouldn't say anything because nobody's going to be sleeping on the street in the rain or in the water. But this is something that kind of amazes me sometimes, you know, like I'm walking around with a camera. I'm a big fat foreigner, probably the only foreigner these people will see all day. And you'd almost think that somebody might say, hey, foreigner, are you lost? What are you doing? He's got partying. Hey, we up. Yeah, like if kind of wonder, you know, in the same situation, let's say there's a party going on, some people drinking all night. Obviously, some of them had too much to drink. Would if a Chinese person was walking through a group like that, and it was all Americans, how would that go? And I've walked through groups like that, like hundreds of times, not always with a camera. But I mean, here's a couple guys sitting up here still drinking. Actually, a couple of tables of people still drinking. One on each side of the street. Nobody's, actually, if anybody says anything, usually they're trying to use their English a little bit and say hello. I've never had anybody say like, hey, foreigner, are you lost? What are you doing with that camera? These guys have been out here, looks like all night, making a bit of a mess. Okay, it's starting to rain again. Get up under the cover here. So again, I apologize so much to anybody who was here at 4 o'clock waiting for me. And due to the rain, I will do another one of these when it's not raining. But, you know, like spoiler alert, in 3 days of, let's see, an hour and a half a day, that would be 4.5 hours, but yesterday I walked 2 hours, so it'd be like 5 hours. In 3 days, 5 hours of walking. At this time of the day, I did see one homeless person, or someone that I would say is homeless. They were sleeping like up under the, maybe in an area like this, where you're not going to get rained on. Yeah, so this kind of area here, this would be comfortable. It's actually a nice breeze here right now. This would be comfortable. Whoa! Oh, it would be comfortable for sleeping. It's one of the hazards of living in China. Some of these tiles that they use, or walkways, are damn slippery when they get wet. I'm going to try to get to a place where I normally see activity early in the morning. Never homeless people, but people, because it's probably makes for better video than just me trying to walk and not slip. So yeah, I got my full backpack on my back, which I never take out because it's got a lot of stuff in there. I never take that out with me. It's too damn heavy, especially if you're going to walk as long as I do. Okay, I think it's a really light rain right now. Let me get any homeless people here. The street, or is it? Yeah, I think the end of this street, I usually see people, like a lot of people, early in the mornings getting something to eat. A lot of them having had drinks all night. Okay, there's usually a lot more garbage at this time of day. This is like an hour before the street cleaners start, and probably an hour or two after people root through the garbage looking for any recycling. I could never understand why more Chinese people don't use the recycling containers. They have, everything's marked, but they generally just throw stuff together like this And then what'll happen is somebody will come here and they'll root through all of this garbage here looking for any plastic bottles or anything that can be recycled, because some people actually, that's how they make a living. See, that garbage is still all in the container, but normally that would all be on the ground beside the container. And the street cleaners, of course, will clean it up. Damn, it's getting hot. A little more breeze would be nice. There's a guy sitting there across the street. He's got cigarettes, so I doubt he's homeless, but you never know. Should I ask him, are you homeless? See, that's kind of the thing there. If you take a look at a video from China, I mean, they have a 2-hour lunch. I think it's similar in Mexico. They take a siesta. And where it might look like somebody's homeless, they might actually be taking a break. Okay, it looks like, see, at this time of the day, it's sometimes difficult to tell if someone's homeless or they're just drunk. This corner is usually packed with people. And I see a couple. There's a couple. I'm going to try to swoop around because I don't want to look like I'm coming directly at them. But I see a couple there who's slipping, you know, kind of an area that, like I said, out of the rain, under some cover. The girl's still talking, so she's not sleeping, but so I'm going to try to swoop around them here, see if they appear to be homeless. Or are they just drunk? Still didn't get home. Okay, they may actually be homeless. Let's go back, take a closer look. So I am going to call that as homeless. And I've never said that there are no homeless in China. I'm just going to say that, you know, often out here early morning walking, and I mentioned earlier 5 hours in the last 3 days of walking this time of day. Oh, I hate those guys honking all the time. Sometimes I yell at them. Excuse me. So yeah, 5 hours of walking in the last 3 days. I did see one homeless person. And I've only been out here maybe, what, half hour this morning? Whoa. Gonna get off these tiles. I've only been out here maybe a half hour this morning so far. And yeah, I'm going to say probably that couple looked like they were homeless. Not just falling down drunk, which you'll often see as well. Somebody that's helping somebody to walk and then they sit down somewhere and take a break, or I've seen them actually lay down. They're so drunk. I've seen them lay down and just take a break. The rain has stopped, and there's a really nice breeze, which is probably not great for the video. Oh, but it's so nice for me. So this is semi Main Street. It's not a main street, but it kind of is. I'm going to head towards a main street where 3 days ago I did see a homeless person. hope you're not getting a lot of heavy breathing from my video. And I'm sorry if you've left comments and I haven't replied. I can hardly, just walk and hold the camera and not fall down. Can hardly do that stuff, let alone try to read comments and reply to them. I'm not really good at this live streaming thing. I think this is actually my first live stream on this channel. It took me about an hour yesterday just to make a pre-screen, like this live stream's coming up. It took me like an hour, maybe even more, because it's, I think, the first live stream on this channel. I'm pretty sure it is. So there's no rain right now. Okay, the wind has died down and I'm sweating like a pig. Damn it. Normally, one of the first things I grab before I head out for my walks is I grab a sweat rag or two. Then I normally grab a water out of the freezer, which I also didn't have this morning. I didn't have water in the freezer. Excuse me. So, yeah, this is a semi-main street. It's kind of a busy street, but it's not like the back alley that we were just in. And I think we did officially see a homeless couple. This guy's checking me out. See what this guy's doing here. Is he homeless or just comfortable? Okay, that one's hard to tell because he's just outside of this yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that is up there. Chungdian. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Someplace to party, apparently, though. And I don't doubt that guy is awake now. He heard me talking. But yeah, I'm on the fence with that one. I'm not going to say he's homeless. I think he just came out of that place. He's resting. Might work there. So here's one thing I did want to bring up. In China, just about anywhere you are, there's stores available. I see it's 5:34, 5:33. But you get out walking and you think, damn, I'm thirsty. Well, you can get a drink. I think that's a bakery over there. Looks like he's open already. But I don't know if you're a world traveler, but there are places, like when I went to Italy, oh my God, you could walk for hours, not find a store. Okay, so, yeah, in Italy, I mean, some places, a lot of areas, there's no stores at all. The only place you can go to buy something is like a bar. A lot of people sitting around watching soccer on TV. So this street's even bigger, obviously, wider than the last street. So we're getting bigger and bigger streets. You want me to go down here and check this out? Maybe there's some, well, again, there's not going to be homeless people sleeping in the puddles. But could be an overhang back here or Something for people to be able to sleep in. Nobody's back here, but this is very interesting. Somebody's actually incorporated a hat into the wall. Oh, no, it's not in the wall. It's just around the pipe. Okay. I thought it was in the bricks. But, so yeah, it's about 5:34, 5:35 in the morning. I'm so sorry that I'm out here late. I should have been out here an hour earlier. Oh my God, the rain has stopped. There's a really nice breeze. If you're in here in this video, you know, I mean, your comments are welcome and I'll be able to look at them later, I think, especially if I post the video. But, you know, you don't have to trouble yourself. You can just kind of watch along if you're interested to see the streets of China at 5:30 in the morning. We're coming up on a super main street, the main street of this area. Coming up on that now. So here's a place here, the good overhang. You know, if there were a lot of homeless people, this would be a good spot. So I think so far, to recap, I think we did see one homeless couple. And I mean, I don't mean to be negative towards them or derogatory, but I think they were homeless. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. I don't know how somebody like Sideburns ZA looks at a video and can tell from 5,000 or 6,000 miles or kilometers away that somebody's homeless. You know, he sticks that, I don't know where he gets that sound effect, you know, and that really means, oh, they're homeless, those people. And there's a difference, actually, like we all know, there's a difference between homeless people and people that are out there begging on the street. When I first came to China, not on this stint that I've been living here for now 13 years. I came to China before that, actually. The first time was when George Bush was here. I remember that distinctly because my airplane, after flying for, I don't know, 13, 14 hours from Canada, from Vancouver, my airplane had to circle the airport in China because George Bush's plane was there and he hadn't taken off yet. And apparently they have a real plane and they have a fake plane so that nobody knows which one he's really on if they're going to shoot one down. So I had to wait. I mean, I didn't have to wait. The plane had to wait until both those planes took off. So I remember that. That's the first time that I came to China. And back then, there were actually a lot of people begging, especially, where did I go? To Shanxi province. It was like a mining community. And I remember there was children there begging, and I think there were adults off in the distance that were coaching them or in control of the kids. It's a construction site. I don't know what they're building here, but building something. You have to, this has been a big change as well. Like, if you want to get into a construction site, you have to have a card to get in there. You're going to check your ID. And check your face. I think they scan your face. Get in there. And this is just a small construction site. They have those at basically all construction sites. You know, another big change has been this, people talk about this tofu construction, right? Tofu construction. And I mean, I think even cheap Chinese people use that name, but look at this. This is just a barrier to the construction site. I mean, this is freaking solid. They didn't used to have stuff like this. But this is like the standard now. Rock solid. Okay, so that's actually a subway line right there. We are on a mega main street. So I'm bringing you here. The sun's almost coming up now. I'm bringing you here because I saw one homeless person here 3 days ago. So this morning I can honestly say I think that one couple is homeless. I'm not judging them, I'm just saying it looked like maybe they're homeless. But other than that, in the last 3 days, that's really, I've only seen one homeless person. And I'm kind of looking for him again right now. Okay, rain is starting to come down pretty heavy. Shit. Get out of the rain here. Damn it. It's not good for gimbals and phones. So I think that guy was just up here somewhere. And if he was going to sleep in the rain here, this is definitely the kind of area to do it. 3 days ago I saw a guy here. Damn it. Pouring rain. Oh. Where did I see that guy? Shit. You barely walk across an open area. It's raining so heavy now. Excuse me. Oh, damn. I don't know if you can see that. But, and again, because of the typhoon passing to the south of us here, I think it'll come in waves. And right now we got like a heavy wave. Shit. Hey, get across here. So here's a chair here. That guy might be homeless. It might be the same guy actually. Although the other day when I saw somebody on the street in this area, he was laying down. So, yeah, that guy might be homeless, so that might be 3 people. I've been out here for what, like 45 minutes. And seriously, I mean, it may not be good to judge people, to say somebody's homeless or say someone's not homeless. Sometimes we don't know. But Sideburns VA does. He knows everything. Maybe I shouldn't insult him just in case he's watching, which I highly doubt. He blocks pretty much all of my comments. I have several YouTube channels, as some of you might know. He blocks every single one of those from even leaving a comment. This is a guy You know, he put out a video, I think the one, let's say, for example, yesterday or the day before, he put out the video about the homeless in China. This is a guy that gets, in 24 hours, I think he had 120,000 views. All right, he's popular. Maybe I need to get me one of them suits. Okay, is this guy homeless? I think he might be. He's not wearing shoes, but that doesn't really mean much. Anyway, let me get back to Sideburns. I know this guy's got an umbrella. Do homeless people normally have umbrellas? I don't know. Hey, Sideburns Day, if you're watching, do homeless people normally have umbrellas? Anyway, I just want to get back to this for a second. This whole Sideburns VA thing. 24 hours, the guy had like 120,000 views on his video. And I'm sure that in that 120,000 views, he probably had, you know, I'm going to use a low estimate. Let's say over 1,000 comments. 1,000 different people, and they're not all good. The majority of them are adoring. Oh my God, you're doing God's work, or oh my God, I love you so much, or all this stuff that I'm sure pumps his ego. But some of them probably are, you know, questioning or insulting to him. And I don't know if he can keep up with blocking everyone or if he just focuses on blocking me. It doesn't matter. I have, I think, 5 different channels. I only really use 2 of them. So another 3 that I had ideas on. One was every chip in China. I was going to try to make a video, or I was going to try to make a channel showing you all the different chips. There's some pretty wild chips, potato chips. And sometimes maybe not potato, maybe corn chips. So I started a channel, Every Chip in China. But Every Chip in China cannot, absolutely is blocked from Sideburns VA's channel. Every Chip in China can't leave a comment, even though the damn, okay, I'm not going to swear, even though the guy doesn't even read probably even 10% or maybe even 1% of the videos on his channel. I know he only replies to probably 0.01%. Maybe he reads a few more, so let's give him the 10%. He reads 10% of the video or the comments on his channel or on his videos, but he still blocks people. I don't really get the purpose for that. What's the purpose of blocking people when you don't even read the comments? It's so goofy. But anyway, I'm special because I'm also blocked from his Twitter. And that's because I didn't 100% agree with him one time. He wrote something about, okay, so the rain is still coming down, but not as heavy. I'm going to take a little bit of a walk, make some progress here. He wrote a comment about Brian Berletic, if anyone knows who he is. You know, he's a guy that talks about military stuff all the time. And apparently Sideburns VA watches him. And Sideburns VA made a comment that, you know, Brian Berletic being out of, he's an American, but he doesn't live in the United States. You know, is he paying his taxes? Man, I thought that was just hilarious, seeing what I know about Sideburns VA and taxes. I'm not going to go into it here, but let's just say this is not the most up and up guy, or up straight, or how would you say it? There's a couple of ATMs. Okay, there's a couple that are shut down, but there's a couple of ATMs. I haven't been to an ATM in probably 3 years. Oh, and I think I mentioned earlier, you know, that Sideburns VA talks about, oh, you know, people, when someone's being pickpocketed, nobody's going to help them. And, okay, I don't think these people are homeless. They're wearing clean clothes. Kind of disqualifies them. I think they're just hanging out of the rain. So, I mean, I said I'm not going to turn the camera away. I'm not going to, like, go up in their faces, though, either. So, I don't think this girl is homeless either, although she's soaked. Pants are soaked. Yeah, everything's getting wet here. I might have to shut this down soon, but I'm trying to get to a street where they do a lot of partying. Although I think I missed it, I'm going to have to reschedule this whole event. And I'm going to say, I think for sure we saw one homeless couple on this walk. I think I've been out here nearly an hour. I don't think they're homeless. Girl's too cute. Oh, and yeah, okay, let me go back to the whole Brian Berletic story again, just quickly, okay, so I can end that. You know that Sideburns ZA said he wrote right directly to Brian Berletic, to Brian Berletic's Twitter. Oh, are you paying tax in the U.S.? Are you reporting that? I think you're not. Something like that, some stupid thing. You know, like he's holier than thou. And I saw a comment before that, something about his paying taxes. I didn't even write anything. I just copied and pasted the picture of somebody else's tweet. And then, boom, blocked. He blocked me. But he's paying for that now. He's getting trolled by me still, even though he blocked me. How do you do that? These guys, are you guys homeless? Yeah. There's 4 little kittens in there. Yeah, 4 little kittens in there. Whoa. This street normally has some action all through the night, although it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning now. It's possible there's people down here still drinking. But no stabbings, no mass murderers, no people drinking blood where there's big puddles. So, and the wind actually is coming up here very nicely for me as a person that's been walking for an hour, or almost an hour, but probably not that good for you if anyone's still in the chat or in the room. As you can see, just stopping to take a quick look. Looks like there might be a dozen people in here. Thank you so much. Looks like these people are getting geared up to start breakfast. There's a guy there sitting there. I didn't notice him until I was right up beside him. Then I'm not going to flash the camera at him, but he was clean, fresh clothes, definitely not homeless. Let's take a look down this back alley. Maybe this is where they are. I don't know if they have these all around the world, but those are for batteries. If your phone goes dead, you can go there, scan a code, get a battery. I think normally they have a couple of different outlets on them. So this kind of looks like kind of area that a homeless person might be in. But maybe if it wasn't raining. I mean, what do homeless people do in the rain? Oh, that even has a bed there. I think that's a bed. I'm sure you could use it as a bed, but there's nobody there. But what's going on here? This looks like somebody's, I mean, they're not rich people, but not homeless, right? Got some recycling stuff there. Got their laundry hanging up here, which they should take in if it's raining. And, you know, this is like an apartment building. Doors open. I think it's an apartment building. It's only 2 stories or 3 stories, but not homeless. Nobody down here. So let's get back onto the more kind of busy street. So the one thing, I don't know if other people know this, but if you're using a gimbal, which I'm using this morning, hopefully the video is not too shaky, but if you're using a gimbal and you go live, you lose the ability to control your gimbal. I'm using a DJI gimbal. It has that little stick on it that you can point the camera. That still works. But your other functions are gone. You can't, you know, you can normally put a function on there to be able to look at one object and then focus on that object no matter where you are. Ton of recycling here. They're big on recycling. And if you're new to China and you just come here and walk around, you're gonna go, oh my God, look at the garbage. And it's true, this time of the day, the garbage is kind of unbelievable. Today it's not that bad. Some days it's actually, you can barely walk down the street and there's so much garbage. But what it is all the street vendors at night. First you get them, that's probably what all this garbage is here. Street vendors just throw stuff down. I don't think these people are homeless. So the street vendors, and then you got people that properly put stuff into the garbage, like right here. And then other people are gonna come and take all that garbage out. You can see the garbage has been removed from both of these lockers or whatever you call them. And somebody's gone through the garbage, which they do every day. Looks like they missed one plastic bottle there. But that's the kind of stuff they're looking for. They go through all the garbage every day. It makes it look like a mess, but most people don't wake up for that, don't see it. But within an hour from now on a normal day, I mean, with the rain today, it might take longer, but the street cleaners will be out here. They'll clean everything. I mean, seriously, I could come back here in an hour and this street will be immaculate. But right now you can see a bunch of garbage all over the place from the street vendors. So it's probably from, actually, if it's not raining, the street vendors are just packing up now. So I can't say it's, you know, from this time to that time. It's basically all night and they just throw stuff on the ground. And there's street cleaners. They come and clean all that up every single day. I see a couple of them down there right now. And I mean, I think today their uniforms might not be too bad. Not too uncomfortable, but if you get up over 30 degrees Celsius, sometimes I wonder how these people do that. And sometimes I'll go up to them, I'll say thank you. They may not know what I'm saying, but sometimes I'll thank the street cleaners, especially if it's early in the morning like this. And I really appreciate not only the work that they do, but the fact that they wear those, you know, full uniforms with the sleeves and the long legs. It could be, yesterday was, I think, over 30 degrees Celsius, even early in the morning. So if you've come along with me on this walk, again, thank you so much. And in case you feel ripped off, I am going to do another one when it's not raining. And I'll get out on time. This morning I was like 45 minutes, 50 minutes late, which is very unlike me. 24-hour grocery store. The street cleaner here. Looks like they just got their deliveries for the day. A lot of styrofoam here. But yeah, next time I will be out, and I'll be out on time. And it'll be probably a better chance of finding some homeless people if it's not raining. Again, I mean, if there are homeless people, I'm not sure what they do when it's raining. They have to go inside somewhere? Are they still homeless if they go inside? I don't know. I don't know all those answers. I'd have to ask Sideburns ZA. He knows all the answers. But I'll try to pick a day. There's a Wong Boss of an internet cafe up there. They still have internet cafes, which is so weird. You know? For all the things that have changed, you can still find internet cafes where normally there's these huge gaming screens and machines. People stay in there all night and do gaming. Don't believe me? Let's check it out. See if anybody's in there. They might be sleeping. Let's see if it's even open. It's 6 in the morning and 5:58 and something like that. And I'm not good with stairs, but go and take a look. See if anybody's in here playing video games all night. They could be homeless, I guess, if they're in a place like this playing video games all night, right? So, well, Sideburns ZA would like that. Okay, let's go up here. Is it even open? Maybe it's air conditioned. That would be nice. Yeah, it's open. Here, you can smoke in here. I think they want me to leave. You can see there's a girl. She wants to ask me to leave, but she doesn't want to be on camera. You can see a bunch of machines here. Not that many people here, only a couple. There's a girl there. She wants me to leave. So there you go. There's a modern day internet cafe. It's not the internet cafe that I used to go to. I mean, even the first time I came to China, right after George Bush left, I needed to go to an internet cafe, but that was because I didn't have, did they even have Wi-Fi back then? I can't remember, but the internet cafe was my connection to the outside world. So I had to go there to use the internet, send emails, or do anything on the computer. There's a girl over here that looks like she might be really drunk, but I don't think she's homeless. Let's check it out. Yeah, I don't think she's homeless. I think she just doesn't want to go home. So, look at the clouds. It's like an outer ring of a typhoon. It's moving pretty fast, actually. Typhoon's going to be southwest, I think, of here. It's not coming directly through here. There's some people going home. Probably partied all night. Just finished up. Oh, here's some people still partying. at it's 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. See if anybody, like, literally, I'm going to probably be, for 99.999% of the people that you see in camera view right now, I'm going to be the only foreigner that they see today. And they still got a few buds there on the table. Not one of them is going to go, "Hey, foreigner, are you lost?" Like in an angry voice. Nobody's going to do that. Yeah. Guy wants to give me a ride. Come on, he can see I'm too fat to get on there. Anyway. More people drinking all night. And no mass murderers or stabbings, or maybe they're drinking blood there, I don't know. I have to ask Gordon Chang or Sideburns Day. This area here, there's normally people drinking all night. And there is right now, 6 o'clock in the morning. They're still partying here. Yeah. Table with 2 guys and 4 girls. Those guys are doing pretty good. So the street is actually a little cleaner than it would normally be. More people still partying. I'm trying to avoid big puddles here. A table of 4 girls. Oh my God, my feet are soaked. More people still partying. 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how they do it, but they do. So, let me recap. I think we've been more than an hour, and I'm not sure about my phone battery, but it's getting kind of windy here again, which I think I might have mentioned. I like that. I've turned away from the wind so that it's not in the camera, but my God, it feels so nice. The breeze go out of the rate of the wind here. Let me recap. First off, I really apologize big time that I was 45 minutes or maybe an hour late getting started. So if anybody was here at 4 o'clock, I owe you, and I will repay you with another video being on time, or maybe next time I'll be even before. I'll start before I even say I'm going to start. Because normally I'm a very punctual person. I used to think that's a great quality in a person, but I've learned over the years it might not be that good of a thing. It looks like it makes you look weak, maybe, if you're always punctual, but I'm normally a very punctual person, so I really apologize this morning that I was late. And I'm sure that we've been walking over an hour now, for sure. And we've been through wind, we've been through rain, we've been through some alleys. We went through some bigger streets and even bigger. This guy, is that the same guy? He wants to give me a ride real bad. We went through some bigger streets, and we went on the main street of this area. We definitely, we saw one couple that appeared to be homeless. And if Sideburns DA is on here, maybe he can comment below. Are they homeless? Are those people homeless? Because he probably knows. And I think we saw one other guy on the big main street, the main street of this area. I think we saw one guy there that appeared to be homeless, but again, I'd have to ask Sideburns DA to be sure, because I'm just going by looks. The guy had no shoes. He did have an umbrella. He was sitting on a chair. He wasn't sleeping, but he kind of appeared to be homeless. That's one of the downfalls of everything being electronic today. If I had my wallet on me and I had some cash in my wallet, I probably would have shot him a few bucks, but I haven't had any cash in my wallet for several years. So I think I made reference to that a couple times about the whole pickpocketing thing. It doesn't happen. I'm going to say 13 years, but it's only, get out of the wind again here. On the one hand, 13 years seems like a long time, but on the other hand, in the only 13 years since I've been here, when I first got here, I think pickpocketing was a thing. As a matter of fact, some people told me always carry your wallet in your front pocket because it's not as easy to be pickpocketed. Back then, stealing purses, people driving by with a motorcycle, stealing a purse off a woman, that was a common thing. And a big part of the reason that the motorcycles have been banned in Shenzhen is because people did that a lot. They would just get on a motorcycle, drive by a girl, grab her purse strings, and often the girl would get injured. So where am I going with this? So yeah, in the 13 years that I've been here, pickpocketing is non-existent. You don't even use cash. Nobody has cash anymore. I haven't gone to the ATM in probably over 3 years. I haven't touched a bill. I used to collect the E-Mao and U-Mao. I used to collect those. I had a little piggy bank kind of thing I would collect those in. I don't even know I still have that, and I'm sure that I have a bunch of E-Maos and U-Maos, but I haven't touched that for years. Haven't put another one in or taken one. I've never taken them out, actually. I've only put E-Maos and U-Maos in there, that's kind of a weird thing, right? When you got cash, people save their spare change, but when do you ever use it? Well, here in China, we don't use cash. Haven't used cash for a long time. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that. We did see what appears to be perhaps 3 homeless people, 2 on a semi-main street in kind of an area that's normally pretty busy. This morning wasn't because of the rain, but we saw 2 people there, and we saw one on the big main street, on the main street of this area. We saw one guy that appeared to be homeless. And there you go. There's an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half. It's 6:09 right now on my watch. So if anybody's been in here, or if anybody's still in here, I see it looks like there's 9 people in here. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna have to let you go because I blew it this morning. I blew it. The weather, although it's more comfortable for me for walking, the weather is not good for making this video, and definitely not good for finding homeless people. So again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Now, how do I stop this?